tribal stripes on your face. You ladies of the night, sorry, here it goes. Hey everyone! Okay, so today I'm going to do a pretty quick updated contouring routine. I talked about it in my last foundation video that I did. I've been meaning to do a contouring, bronzing, blush, highlight type video for a while. I did one a long time ago, and if you want to take a crazy trip down memory lane, I'll link it down below. I think a lot of the steps are kind of the same, but I think I've gotten a little bit better at it, and probably a lot of you haven't seen that video, so we might as well redo it. Times are a-changin'. I'm not the queen of contouring, but I'm definitely a fan of it. I've got my own kind of technique. Now, I obviously have all my makeup done already, except for bronzer, contour, highlight, and blush. Very important things to me personally. Obviously, they're extras. You don't have to do it, but once you start, I will warn you, you won't be able to stop. Or at least that's what happened to me. This is my main product that I almost always use for contouring, and it's just a L'Oreal True Match pressed powder, and it's in a darker color than what I would get just for regular face color. This one is in N8 Cappuccino. I like to get a more neutral toned. I've tried powders that are specifically meant for contouring, and a lot of times they're a little bit too warm, and that's another reason why I don't love bronzer for contouring. It definitely works. It's fine, but I would rather use a more neutral tone, or even maybe a more cool toned color, because it mimics a shadow a little bit more. Your shadow is not going to be orange. Your shadow is going to be a little bit more gray. Obviously, I'm real committed to contouring. It's like almost all pan, but that works for me. I have two favorite all-over contouring brushes. A small round dome brush that's pretty packed but still fluffy, and then also this is a tulip-y brush. This brush sheds a lot, which kind of sucks. It's kind of loose too. This brush has definitely seen better days, but it still works. This one's a little bit quicker, this one's a little bit more precise, so it's all about what you're trying to do. Everybody's face is different, even if you kind of look alike. You're gonna have to do different things for contouring, and it also depends a lot on what you want. Do you want crazy, sharp as a razor cheekbones? Do you want like a slimmer face? Do you want a shorter face? Do you want a slimmer nose? Do you want this, that, blah, blah, blah? You can do a lot of things. To an extent, don't go crazy. To an extent, don't go crazy. Yes, I had to repeat it like that. What works for me might not work for you, but the whole thing is you just gotta play with it and see what works. The whole idea of contouring and highlighting is that something that's white or lighter is going to stand out more, and something that's darker is going to kind of recede and look smaller. So you put the highlight on top of your cheekbone to make it seem standing out and giant and crazy. Maybe not crazy. And then you put the contour beneath to make it look sunken in, which I guess is pretty to us as a culture. I don't know. I'm not arguing. Let's do it. So I'm just getting some of my brush. Choppy. I don't go all the way to the mouth. I wouldn't advise that. And I don't do like a ton right here because it kind of turns my hair a color. Not very cute. It's really that simple. I mean, there we go. Now on the other side. If you want, you can pinch it, get it even more precise. Then you just have to blend it out. Just make sure it kind of looks semi-blended and not just like tribal stripes on your face. I mean, unless that's what you want. If that's what you want, have fun. This area that's really important for me to contour is my jawline. I wish I had like a stronger jawline in such a big way you don't even know. A little bit insecure about it. But by doing this, it kind of mimics that a little bit. I don't think I'm fooling anyone, but this is how I do it. Can you tell a difference? I can. My next area of concern, I don't know, is I have like a really long face, and a lot of people will contour like their temples and all around here to make their face look slimmer because they don't want a round face. See, I desperately would love to have a round face, and so I try to make it a little bit more because I have like a skinny long face. And it's not that I don't like it, I just think like, you know, if you could do a little shading and kind of make it look a little bit more rounded, why not? So I go right across my forehead. But this part has to be really blended, because when it isn't, it's really noticeable. And you can also do just the bottom of the chin like this. The next thing I really like to contour is my nose. This is not absolutely necessary. I have a crazy nose. I don't know if you've noticed, but I just have like one wonky bump on one side of my nose. I don't know why. I don't remember breaking it, but I was a really tough child, so I might have just like sustained the injury and like played on through. Totally possible. But anyway, I do like to contour it a little bit. I don't really focus on like fixing that bump because I don't know how, honestly. Like I said, not the queen of contouring, but I do contour it a little bit just to, because I like it, okay? For this one, I do use this big tulip brush. I don't know if anybody else calls it the tulip brush. They might actually call it the tulip brush, I'm not sure. But I pinch it like this and it makes it really fine on the end. Too much nose contouring is so noticeable and I really try to avoid that because I'm just not an awesome drag queen and I can't pull it off. I start at the top of the bridge of my nose and I just come down like so. And if you're concerned about it being blended enough, you can always use a bigger brush just to go in after and kind of like blend it out wherever you feel it's necessary. And if you feel like you over contoured, no, gasp, say it ain't so, just go in with your regular powder and just kind of like tap it over it. The mistake is forgivable. You can survive it. Just like new. So that's all I've got for you on contouring, and you can always just stop there, and if you don't want to use bronzer too, then go on your merry way or go on with like blush and highlighter. But what I like to do next is my bronzer. I think this helps me a lot with like blending as well as just like warming my face up in general. I love bronzer. You guys know this about me. It's just how I do it. This is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. So I basically just go kind of over the same places where I contoured, but a little bit more liberally and all over, and using this big tulip brush. See, it's shedding. I also bronze kind of down my neck just to blend in that jawline contour. It's all about blending, baby. It's also all about being obsessed with bronzer. During the warmer months, summer, whatever, I do like to go kind of all over my cheeks with my bronzer. I do follow up with blush, but bronzer on my cheeks, I don't know, I like it. Just a little bit, not anything crazy. Don't go crazy. I go a little crazy. Do as I say, not as I do. Next up, I'm going to add some blush. This is Wet n Wild's Pearlescent Pink. I really like it. I'm not very precise with it. I'm pretty sure I just do blush like everybody else does, but here goes nothing. This blush has a little bit of a sheen to it, but I like a lot of sheen. So I go in with a highlighter. This is the Balm's Mary Lou Manizer. I've loved it for a long time. I've had it for a really long time and it looks like I haven't even made a dent. I kind of love that when something's just gonna last forever. This is gonna live on after I die, probably. Morbid. I'll leave it in the will for you. I am using this Real Techniques contour brush, which I guess you could use this for your contouring, but I like to use it for my highlight. The main place I highlight is right here. Totally not a complicated science. Sometimes I brush a little there, sometimes I brush a little there. Woo, it was crazy, wasn't it? Let's see that one more time. You can also highlight your Cupid's bow. That's never really been huge for me. It's not like my all-time favorite thing to do on the weekends in my free time. So yeah, here is the finished look. I'm all contoured and highlighted. Do I look like I had reconstructive surgery? I hope not. It might not be an everyday thing for you, but I think it adds like that little extra ooh la la. So that's everything I've got for you on the contouring and the bronzing and the blushing and the highlighting. I know it kind of turned out to be more involved than I expected it to be. I hope you guys got something out of it. A thumbs up if you did. It helps a lot. If you have any comments or questions or whatever, I'd love to hear from you down below. You can also hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or Tumblr. Also, subscribe to my channel because I love when you do that. If you've already done that, thank you so much. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Okay. If you care about that. Like, it's not like wah on the end. Sometimes I go overboard, but whatever. Sorry. I need lip gloss. Give it. Put it on me. Better. CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. I talked about this in my May favorites video. It's really good and I already did my eye makeup. Clearly, I feel like it's so weird. I always do my face makeup before my eye makeup, and so when I do it backwards I feel like I look crazy. I don't know, like a showgirl baby. Anyway,